Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the other half of the show. You're still watching Financial Markets, and this is Smart 24 TV, where we drive your business. Remember, Smart 24 TV now is on DSTV, channel 372. You can catch all your latest shows on business, including Smart Means Business, Financial Markets, of course, Jane Kolera, Tukole UG, and so many other shows right now on channel 372 on DSTV, and you can catch all the action. Go down at these channels and definitely get yourself informed in terms of business and getting to know how you can as well drive your business forward. You can also catch us on channel 394, that is on GoTV, for GoTV subscribers, and you can be able to catch still all these latest shows. For those who are using YouTube, you can still catch us live on Smart 24 TV Live. Now let's move ahead with the stock market analysis. We've looked at the top gainers. We've already mentioned 4 counters participated in on a Friday's trading. And amongst these, we ended with 4 gainers and 4 bottom losers. Now, the top gainer yesterday was Centum Investment Company Limited. Now, let's look at the stock for Centum. How has Centum been able to perform over the last few weeks? Centum Investments is a company, like I mentioned, cross-listed from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and has been trading stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange since the 10th of February 2011. Centum Investment Company trades under the ticker symbol CENT, and the international securities identification number for the company is KE 0000265. And when we look at their capitalization, Centum Investment is the 13th most valuable stock, currently with a market capitalization of over 201 billion Ugandan shillings. And this money constitutes about 0.919%, almost 1% of the entire Uganda Securities Exchange equity market. When you look at their gain here, their daily gain was a 17.33 shillings gain to close at 302.27 Ugandan shillings, and that was a 6.08% increase in their stock price there. There was no trading volumes, unfortunately, and no gross turnover registered here, therefore. But the total shares outstanding on this stock is 665 million shares, and the market capitalization, therefore, at 201 billion Ugandan shillings. Currently, as I've said, they opened the market today at 302.27, and this was after recording this gain, of course, after closing the day with the 302.99 Ugandan shillings. However, Centum, as you can see on the graph, has lost value over the months since last year in 2021, of course, after coming down from 550 to over 500 to over 444.82 Ugandan shillings opening price in 2022. And when we look at the year-to-date performance, we have lost a value of over 32.1% off the price valuation there on the Centum Investment stock, and this has ranked it the 15th on the Uganda Securities Exchange in terms of year-to-date performance. Remember, the year-to-date performance is looking at the opening price of the year to the current price. In terms of traded volumes within the last 3 months, categorically speaking, from the 31st of May to the 2nd of September 2022, The company has traded within this period a total volume of over 109,200 shares that are valued at 31.7 million Ugandan shillings. However, this has ranked it the eighth in terms of traded volumes, in terms of trading within this period, and with a total average of about 1,733 traded shares per session and a volume high of over 100,000 shares that was achieved on the 19th of July, this same period of the last 3 months. So in terms of activity within the last 10 days of trading, we are seeing that it has a total volume of 7,800, which was last recorded. That was on the 11th of August 2022. And we're seeing another volume on the 8th of August at 1,200 shares that were sold or bought. And then on the 19th of July, that's when we had the top volume. That was 100,000 shares that were traded on Centum. So I've read trading here and there in Centum Investment, but a recorded good performance in terms of a daily gain. However, when you look at the monthly performance, they're still on the losing side by about 0.82% that they have shed off during this month, 1 month ago. And 3 months performance, they're still on the losing side, still worse by 6.24%. That's how much they have lost on their year to date, on their 3 months performance basis. And so yes, that is Centum Investment company for you. It's dealing in the financial services sector and definitely has competitors on the market, including commercial banks like KCB, Stanbic Bank Uganda, Equity Bank, and so many others as well on the stock market. You can buy now stock at Centum Investment Company by simply opening yourself an SCD account with the Uganda Securities Exchange. That is by dialing *165 *57#, and definitely they will just ask for your details concerning you as a person. That is your national identification number for a Ugandan and the passport number for a foreigner. And definitely you will have this account opened at absolutely free of charge. And let's look at now crossing over to another company here that gained on the market. That was Nation Media Group. The Friday trading ended with a price appreciation of 4.53% on the Nation Media Group stock, and the stock ended at a price of the stock price that closed the day was 595.68 Ugandan shillings. NMG notably is a media house based in Kenya with a subsidiary here in Uganda, of course, and a media house here in Uganda, but currently it is the 14th most valuable stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange, with a total of 112 billion worth of market capitalization. For starters, market capitalization is simply the total value of shares that are outstanding. So if you have shares at about, let me see, for this particular company, you have over 189 million shares, and then you multiply that by their current price, which is 595.68 Ugandan shillings. The total money you get, the value, is what we call the market capitalization, and for NMG it stands at 112 billion Ugandan shillings. The company has had some good experience so far for the last 12 years since it listed in 2010, and we're seeing that it still has a 0.513% of the entire Uganda Security Exchange equity market share. Now, looking at the competitors within the sector, of course, it has only one other media house that competes with it, and that's the New Vision Printing and Publishing Company. And New Vision has a stock price of 155, which is a bit more competitive compared to the 560 for this Nation Media Group company. And when you look at the year-to-date performance for the Nation Media Group, you're still seeing a loss. However, still for New Vision Printing and Publishing Company, you have a loss of over 42% that has been shed off. And that is Nation Media Group of companies. Now, let's cross over to the losing side. Some of the losers here. Remember, when we talk about the losers, we're still talking about opportunity for investment, because in the financial markets, we don't believe in an absolute or total loss. We believe in opportunities that are created through these losses. Because as many people have advised you here on the show, it is always better to buy when companies are losing. That way, you will be able to be assured of a gain somehow and selling at a higher price. But if you buy when the stocks are going up, the high chances that they may never go up again, and you may make a huge loss on the stock market there. So it's important that we also get to know about some of the losers. And we're going to talk about the chief loser or the bottom loser of the day on Friday. And that is going to be MTN Uganda. Now, MTN Uganda last week closed the day with a price of 181.68. And this was on the 2nd of September 2022. And as per the Uganda Securities Exchange, that day there was a recording of 1.2% or 1.24% daily drop from the previous closing price, which was 183.97 Ugandan shillings on Thursday, the 1st of September. However, MTN began the year, if you just monitor the curve on the screen right now, MTN began the year with a total price of about 194.99. That's close to 195. And it has shed off a 6.84% from their price valuation since the beginning of the year. And this has ranked it the 8th in terms of year-to-date performance on the stock exchange. However, MTN, which is the youngest stock, which has the youngest stock, very fresh stock from 2021, is the 4th most traded on stock. And this is on the Uganda Securities Exchange over the past 3 months, from the 31st of May to the 2nd of September 2022. The company has traded a total volume of 14.5 million shares that are valued at 2.75 billion shillings within this period of 3 months. And they have on average been trading over 230,653 shares per trading session, and a volume high of 2.28 million was achieved on the 22nd of August within this same period in the last 3 months. Notably, MTN is one now of the countable or traded stocks, most traded stocks, coming behind the big boys like Bank of Baroda, Umeme Limited, Umeme Uganda Limited, and Stanbic. Those are people that have been, those are companies that have been listed for quite a longer time than MTN, and we are seeing that MTN is competing with these companies. So there's a lot to look forward to in as regards the stock on MTN, and therefore there is a lot of anticipation around this stock, and something you should look forward to on the MTN stock. For example, on the last trading day, the 2nd of September 2022, MTN traded a total stock of 32,100 shares, which was, the best the top mover on the market that particular day, 32,000 shares, 100 within a single trading day. And so there was a good activity that was produced by MTN stock. And then even the day before but one, that was on the 31st of August, they had a total volume of 16,050 shares. And even the day before that, they had over 287 shares. So you're seeing good volumes here and there traded for MTN stock. And we are hoping definitely the company will even do much better than that. But they have at least put up a good show. So far, so good, I have to say. And definitely it is one of the companies I always look forward to when it comes to investing. And many other investors, I think, out there are looking out for it. Probably because of the initiative it brought on board, the convenience for buying the stock during the initial public offer. Where we had an entirely 100% electronic IPO process, with people able to buy stock even using their USSD codes. That's by dialing *165 hash. They open the SCD account and they also buy shares. That was the most beautiful thing we have seen so far on the stock market. And of course, we hope even other IPOs will be as convenient to see that more investors are brought on board. That was it for MTN stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Another mover was Wumeme, though they didn't move in price and so on, but Wumeme also did had some very good activity on the stock market, trading about 3,900 shares on the market on Friday. And Cipla Quality Chemical Industries also traded 200 shares. The other inactive companies that didn't have any trading but are still listed and are good for your own knowledge are British American Tobacco, currently trading at 15,000 and hasn't had any changes in price so far. Another trader there is Bank of Baroda Uganda, and their ticker symbol is BOBU or BOBU. And they have not had as well any volumes within the last trading session. Centum Investment, like we have seen, at 302.27 is the opening price this morning. And then Cipla Quality Chemical Industries, this is the only pharmaceutical company listed on the exchange, and it currently trades at 70.00 Ugandan shillings after trading a total volume of 200 on Friday. We also have DFCU Bank, Development Finance Company of Uganda, at 547 Ugandan shillings. And then we have East African Breweries Limited at 4,784.44 Ugandan shillings as well. Then Equity Bank Limited at 1,520.88 Ugandan shillings. Trading after, of course, gaining by 1.2 Ugandan shillings, was one of the gainers. And then Jubilee Holdings Limited at 8,174.73 was another mover, another person who gained on the market. And then Kenya Airways, the stock is maintained at 121.35, and KCB Bank is at 1,294, and MTN we've seen at 181. National Insurance Corporation at 5.8 Ugandan shillings, whereas Nation Media Group at 595.68 Ugandan shillings is what we had. And then the New Vision Printing and Publishing Company, New Vision Printing and Publishing Company came in at a gain at a price of 155. No volumes were traded. And then Stanbic Bank at 21 shillings was the closing price, while Uganda Clays Limited, UCL, closed at 17.9 Ugandan shillings. Wumeme finally closed at 200 Ugandan shillings. Now, with this trading, we had a total of over only 40,100 shares that were traded, corresponding to a market value of 6,000 707,900 shillings. Compared with the previous day, the data shows an 81% decline in the volumes. However, a 40% improvement in the turnover was registered, and the current market capitalization of the Uganda Securities Exchange is 21.9 trillion Ugandan shillings. Regarding the performance of the all share index, there was any change that was seen, closing at the same mark as it opened. That was 1,277.96, and that represents a 1 year loss of about 10.5% there. And also the USE local company index was maintained at 273.01 points. Thank you very much for remaining tuned with us. We're going to take another quick breather. We'll return with our final segment where we cross over to Nairobi and also give you some top stories. Stay with us. We'll be right back.